Welcome to NextGen IT courses. So today we have session related to Palo Alto Firewall and SOC Analyst. Let me tell you about our company. We are providing online training for network and network security courses, cyber security courses, and even cloud and cloud security as well. So we all are working professional engineers here, working in different companies, and worldwide we are serving India, US, Canada, Australia, Middle East. Everywhere we have students and trainers also. We have our trainer also for this session, Mr. Imran. Hi Imran sir, how are you?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm good. How about you?
Yes, all good sir. So today we have session for the Palo Alto and SOC analyst. We can start the session. You can introduce yourself and you can discuss with the students about their profile if they are okay to share that, so that we can give them some guidance and we can teach them real time scenarios so that they can help in the industry, right?
Right. Uh, Thank you. Also, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining today's session. I genuinely appreciate your time and interest in building a career in
Your
cybersecurity.
voice is coming a little bit low, sir. Can you please near
Okay.
about the mic?
Am I audible now?
Now it's clear, crisp and clear.
Uh, Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today's session. I appreciate your time and interest in building your career in cybersecurity. If I would say not cybersecurity, covering the security in all domains. So, introducing myself, my name is Imran Khan, and I have around the 13 years of experience. I have worked in multiple security domains with respect to network security, vulnerability detection and response, cloud security, CASP, uh, I've worked in information security as well. So from the certification side, I have certifications related to multiple firewalls, Fortinet, PCNSA certified, CISSP, and also the certifications related to Azure platforms. Yeah. So during this course, what we'll be studying is not only about the security. Uh, the aim of So first, I would like to know like who all are working in which domains, and so we have like, around 41 people in this call. If I would request you to put in the into the chat the domains which you're working in, and right.
Yes, if anyone can, speak their experience and their area of expertise, so that we can, understand and we can guide them that this is the right course for them and right platform them, right? If anyone can speak, please.
So I see Rahul Gupta is from network security. He's already working in network security. So hi Rahul.
Hello everyone. Hi. So I'm Rahul Gupta. I'm currently working with the network and security consultant. I'm working on the multiple firewalls. Like I'm here using the Cisco ASAs, FMCs, and the FTDs and the 1448 firewalls. I'm also working on the endpoint protection, like the Microsoft Defender and the McAfee antivirus, and also working on the SD-WAN solutions powered by the Palo Alto Prisma, and on the eyes that we are using to deliver the AAA services, the authentication, authorization, the accounting. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Rahul, for sharing your experience and telling us about the domains you are working upon and the tools which you are using in your environment. Thank you for coming up and speaking. So, if I would say what security is, since Rahul, you are working in the network security already, so can you tell me, like, or the audience, what is security?
Yeah, fine. So security. So like we are using nowadays, we are using the firewalls. Firewalls is basically used to filter out the malicious traffic, to filter out the traffic that we don't want to compromise in the existing environment. So for the security purpose, we are using the firewalls. So the firewalls which we are using the next generation firewalls. So the next generation firewalls are those which which add some additional features. Like if I talk for the Palo Alto firewall, so those we are using the wildfire protection, user ID, content ID, the URL filterings, all these works. The URL filterings basically works from the signatures. So so and also if I talk for the Cisco firewall, so then the Cisco firewalls we are managing the Cisco firewalls on the FTDs, which is the management platform, and which also provides the IPS, IDS, intrusion prevention system, intrusion detection system, which we are using as a next generation features and the Cisco firewalls at all. Yep, that's it. Hello, hello, Imran. If you are speaking, I cannot hear you.
Hello. Imran sir, we are not able to hear you. Are you speaking?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear now.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was sorry, there might be some issue with my system. So I just fixed it up. Thank you, Rahul, for coming up and speaking and telling all of us that up how network security is. So security is not only about the perimeters, right? So we are using the firewalls on the borders, right? And we are using the next gen firewalls. So earlier we were using the firewalls uh, which were at the layer three. So we just filtering out the traffic on basis of source IPs, destination IPs, and the ports. But since we have migrated to next generation firewalls, but all features comes into play, how the decryptions and the inspections works. Uh, in the you have already highlighted the app ID, content ID features, and the wildfires. But as a security as a whole, it's not about the perimeters. Uh, so what we say and nowadays is the identity is the new perimeter. It's not only related to or limited to the parameters which we used to have uh, at the boundary of our network as an enterprise, but now uh, since we are using the SaaS solutions for Office 365, where anybody can log into the network from anywhere, that also covers into the cybersecurity. So if we talk about cybersecurity, it's not a profession, just a profession. It's a responsibility in today's digital world, where any click from any of the users, if you make you control everything, you put in access controls, you have the firewalls, you have the IDSs, you have the proxy solutions, you have all the things in the world. But still, if a user clicks on a link, a phishing link, every transaction or anything he does, it might falter, and it can break down your system. So we need to have a defense in the depth, right? If we talk about the complete security architecture, covering from the security, from the physical security side, and then coming in with the governance and the policies, everything which is a part of security. Uh, so we, as here in next gen IT, we are creating the cyber defenders, just like you, who are looking to upskill themselves, or looking out to migrate to the other domain. Like, as I'm just watching out in the chats, some are looking to move to the SOC analyst roles, some are from the different domains or backgrounds, they want to switch into the security. So I would like to make it very clear, uh, it's a very responsible job, and we are here to transform you from learners into a skilled professionals who will be ready to protect the organizations from the real world threats. During this course, our aim is not just to teach you the theory, through and but to relate you to the real time incident. So I'll be sharing my personal experiences, which have been coming through with covering multiple security domains, and giving you tips how, if you're looking for clearing any certification, how you can clear it within your first attempt. So, giving you my background, since I've cleared CISSP was the most difficult certification out of all which I have done. I have cleared it with the first attempt and on the 100th question. So I'll share my experience during this course, how you can do it with ease. So first, uh, we don't think like it's only about theory. So if it is only about theory, anybody who can look into any course which is available online on Google for free, and they can just mug up the theories and can go and crack the interviews. But at the same time, what interviewers are looking for is not just the theory part. They want you to relate that to the real time experience. So now they have moved to the scenario based questions in the interviews, and same the what they want is everything in line uh, to their business, right? If any alert goes missing, if any policies which shouldn't be created on should have not been created on the firewall has been created, or any access control you are missing, so I think then their business is in danger. That's why this course will be filled with the hands-on labs and live use cases, practical simulations, which I'll be providing and discussing with you around. So as we will work in the real-time environment scenario, so we have a lab environment where I'll be showcasing you how you can place if we talk about PCNSA, what all blades we have in the firewalls, and what is single path parallel processing, what is data plane, what is control plane, and all those topics will be covering. But starting with, we need to clear the basics first. If so, I see that the people are from other backgrounds, they don't have the experience with the network security. So the first getting into the network security will be first covering up the networking part, the basic networking part, where you'll learn that how things flows. So, for an example, what is OSI layer model, and what is TCP/IP model? How it is taking reference from the OSI layer model, and what happens on each layer, what protocols works on each layer, why they are important, how the traffic flows. So these all things which we'll be covering. So covering both the fundamental and the advanced topics, and help you building the confidence step by step. Uh, so it doesn't matter if it is your first step into the field, or you are already working in the security domain and want, or in any of the IT domain, and you want to transition into security. This course is perfectly designed to make that journey smooth and impactful. And what we are proud of is we have a track record where a significant number of students have cleared the interview successfully and doing very well in their current job. Yeah. Amar, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Yeah.
So I think we have a slide. If you'll present that slide.
Okay, let me. Yes, can you confirm, please, if you can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, it is visual.
thank you. So this is our PPT. We don't want to run the PPT. This we can say we want to give you the real time scenario based knowledge. Okay, just this is the formality. Okay, and we have courses like networking, CCNA, CCNP, CEH, CISSP, and more like Palo Alto, firewall, and all. And trainer already has introduced yourself, right? And is having multiple certification and worked with them different MNCs. Who can join this course? Imran sir, you will speak, right? Or should I introduce the thing?
Actually, I have covered it all just for the formality. I was showing
Voice,
it
voice,
since.
voice is little bit low. Kindly, speak with the
Can you
mouth, mic,
can you hear me
mic.
now?
It's still low from my side.
Oh, sorry. Is it better now?
Yes, now it's correct.
Okay. So actually, I have covered it all during my introduction. But as I say, it is for any domain. If it is for the students, professionals working in any other domains than security, aspiring security engineers, as it is written in the PPT here. So anyone who's willing to join and contribute to the industry, I would say, or to the world for the good, then this course is for them. And for the benefits, if I would say, okay, anybody who do this course or want to upskill themselves or want to contribute, at the same time they look out what is the benefit they'll get it from. So as a cybersecurity, it's a booming industry. You might have been going out and seeing all the threats which are there in the real world now. Companies are having shortage of the quality SOC analysts, or I would say network security analysts as well. So uh, industry jobs is cover it covers every industry, every organization wants to have a security, and it is for the compliance purposes as well now. So there are certain compliance, like if we talk about health, there are certain compliances which they have to maintain if they are protecting the health information. So PHI is there. If they are from the card industry, PCI DSS is the compliance. So they have to maintain all the compliance. So all the industry jobs, IT services, cloud security providers, banking, financial services, government and defense organizations, e-commerce, healthcare, telecommunications. So everyone is looking out for hiring the quality SOC analysts uh, with respect to L1s, L2, L3s, threat hunters, which all these all things which we'll be covering in during our uh, course, right? So what security does, it's not only protect, it also focus and assist in achieving the business goals, right? This is what they are looking for. Instead of minimizing the risk or maintaining the compliance or protecting the asset, but the end goal for the business is to grow, right? And we as a security professionals don't stop them from help them to grow. And there are certain approaches which every organization follow. So like just like a top down approach where the senior leadership is involved into the security discussions, they are involved into security calls, and their the involvement is very much necessary. Because if so we had discussion with Rahul, right? He told like he's working in network security. They would have migrated from the normal UTM firewalls to next generation firewalls, but if their senior leadership is not involved or they are not proactive with the decisions, so they wouldn't have been migrated to next generation firewalls. So why do we need next generation firewalls, or what type of firewalls they used to be or we still have in the environment in the data centers? So we'll come to that point. But covering this particular slide, we'll be first walking through introduction to cybersecurity when we'll be starting this course out. The what is cybersecurity domains and what is SOC architecture? So it differs from organizations to organizations, and the roles, but the roles of the L1, L2, L3s remain same. So they should have an idea about how the architecture is, how the data center works, how the connectivity between the data centers, or the hybrid connectivity from the on-prem data center to the cloud, how it works, what connects them, and how they can secure the environment. So it is very, very important to know about the architectures. And then we walk through the cyber kill chain. So it provides you, or the MITRE attack framework, it provides you with a mindset or the steps which an attacker would be coming with, right? And what stage he is at currently, and how would he approach your to breach the environment, and knowing that you can only defend your environment. And that is what all companies require. And these are the questions which will be put upon you when you'll be interviewing for. uh, yeah, and since moving forward, once you have the basic idea about the architectures and how the role of L1, L2, L3s are, then we'll moving out to the Palo Alto firewall fundamentals and the configurations, and how the event monitoring. So L1's job is to monitor and detect and analyze, right? And after analyzing, they reach out to their L2s for further analysis if they feel that it could be a potentially true positive incident. So we'll cover all these parts. Maybe somebody who is not from the security background, it might be saying, okay, what the gibberish I'm speaking, but we'll cover this with the basics. It won't be like we'll be just running it through. So the basic purpose or the aim which we follow from this course is not like we are delivering it to you. It's you if you are getting the things or not, and we explain it with the real time example so that you can relate with your real life. So yeah, I would say, okay, I can see there is a hand raised by Dhananjay Raju. Hi Dhananjay.
Yeah, hi Imran. So one question from my, can you hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So I have a total of 10 years of experience in routing and switching.
Right.
So I have like internally also we have like Palo Alto firewall and other courses like SDN solutions. So I want to learn Palo Alto now, but I have like 10 plus years experience. So will this session will be useful for me, like how it will be really helpful for getting job, like other projects, at least real time experience in my projects. So they're asking some experience at least, which I don't have. Just joined for this course, so I'm planning to go joining the course. So can you tell me like how it will be really helpful for me?
You are telling me that you already have a 10 years of experience working with the networks, the routing and the switching part. Now you want to migrate to the network security, but they are looking for the experienced professional, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this course is perfectly designed for you. So where we will be covering the PCNSA certification, all topics, but with the real examples. So if we talk about app ID, we won't be going it through. Okay, this is a patent bought by the Palo Alto, and you'll just get. So this just check the application, what that particular application is, irrespective of the port or the service it is running on. It decrypted how it works. So yes, if I would say that this is the course for you, so not only so you if you're strong with the networks, I think you will be finding it way more easy than who is not knowing the networks as of now. So because you are very much familiar with the policy based forwarding, the routing part and the switching, and the policies you might be already configuring on the router.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Yeah, your voice is getting low.
Yeah, voice little bit fluctuating. Sometimes it's coming clear and sometimes it's little down.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Can anybody please confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, now it's clear.
I think there might be some issue with my headset. I'll fix it after this call. So my apologies for this one. But getting back to the answer which I was giving to Dhananjay. So Dhananjay, this course is right for you. So anybody who is having the experience with the networks already. So I'm sure you will be familiar with CCNA, CCNP certification level knowledge, and you are doing daily day out working with the MPLS, IPsec, with your routers and configuring the routing on your routers or the switching switches, L3 switches. So I think you are very much familiar, and this is a perfect course for you to migrate if you want to migrate to uh, the network security domain, as well as since we will be covering the SOC part as well, you'll be getting learning more about the cyber threats which are going around in the wild and trying to exploit the switches, just like MAC spoofing or MAC poisoning. And if we talk about the router level attacks, we'll be covering those as well. So layer 3 attacks. I hope I answered your question,
Yeah.
Dhananjay.
Yes. Yes. It's,
Hi Imran,
So,
Vijay here.
hi Vijay.
Hi. So as you said, like you will cover that PCNSE course, like right? So I think I heard about that PCNSE certification already. I will expire in this month, 31st July after after 31st July it will expire, right? so it will be no longer available. That's and after that course will be changed or like what?
So is currently reconfiguring the course. It's not like it will be dumped off completely, but yes, they are making some amendments to it. So you'll be finding a new certification coming in because the firewalls are again at the boom. So anyone who's working on the project, for suppose like Dubai, so they are all Palo Alto firewalls. So this certification may be having some amendments, but yes, we have to wait what they come up with.
Yeah, but course is same or the course will also change.
I
Course
don't think course
contents.
will get changed. Contents will remain same since the firewall will remain same. The configurations remain same. The functionality remains the same. I don't think there will be minor amendments or the name would be changed, but ideally it will remain.
Okay,
Yes,
and
yes.
about the lab, like which tool we are using, we
So
will
they have
use like
multiple labs which will be covering out, and we have the Palo Altos for you where you can log
are we
in.
using EVNG or PNET like this or which one?
Yes, yes. Yes, guys, we have PNET and EVNG both labs. So you are getting, lab access as well.
No. Okay, thank you so much. Well, actually, just with I'm saying like if we are using PNET and that one, so looks like that is there is a free version is available for the Palo Alto images, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that
Right.
image is for license base or like only free version because in the license base we can see the logs and everything, but free version we cannot see the real time logs and everything.
We have some, real-time images as well that will help you to do the real-time configurations as well. Okay.
Mm. Okay, thank you, Jaspreet. Thank you, Imran.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So anyone else who wants to
Yes,
introduce or any
yes, yes.
question?
Yes, my name is Jatin and I have done CCNA, CCNP and CCNA security. Right now I'm working as a L1 engineer in security. So what is the boost it will give to my career if I'll join this course?
Imran sir, will you answer this or should I answer this?
I'll take this one. So since you're working in the networks already, so again the same question came before. You already have a good understanding of the networks, right? If you switch to network security, so
Yes,
similar
yes.
to
I'm working in for Fortinet firewall last 1 year.
yeah. So Fortinet
You're you're
firewalls.
you're not you're not audible, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Very low volume, not clear.
Yes, sir, not coming your voice. Let me give answer for this question, Jatin. If you have already experience into the networking, obviously security is missing. Jobs are into the security domain as of now, network security, cloud security, or you can say cyber security. CCNA security has already merged into the CCNA one, right? The new one.
Yes.
But the CCNP security is there if you want to go into the only the Cisco product. But multi-vendor is like most in demand, like Palo Alto is the market leader for the network security, and that is the leading into the cyber security as well, right? So that will help you to boost your career, and after learning the Palo Alto you can go ahead with the SOC analyst, or you can choose the cloud and cloud security as well.
Okay.
Yes. So we have already students who are working on the cloud security and taking in India only, more than 25, 30 LPA, that kind of, profiles they have. If they are like adding cyber security stuff like CISSP after that, after learning security and having 2 years of experience into the networking security domain, they are getting up to 40 plus LPA as well. Okay, CISSP is kind of, management level certification that will help you to more to get higher kind of proposal in the market.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you,
Hi,
sir.
hello. My name is
Yes.
Shreya,
Yes, Shreya.
and I'm currently working in data analytics, and I want to switch in cybersecurity domain. So, if I go with this course and I complete the course, will I be
Mhm.
considered as a fresher in this field, or my experience will be counted?
You will be considered as a fresher, but if you will learn real time scenarios, real time practice, if you will do, then obviously it can give you somewhere good salary, right? And obviously, if you are adding any global certification like CEH certification or kind of Palo Alto PCNSC level certification, then it can give you higher exposure in the market. But obviously, you need to start from basic networking, kind of CCNA level, so that you know you can understand fundamental, and after that you can go ahead with the cybersecurity field, right?
Yeah. And at what level you people will be helping us for the placement things for
We
that?
have separate team for that, but obviously from your end also learning is mandatory, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
it's
right.
not that if you are investing time and money and you are expecting this growth, no. At the end, you have to clear your interview, right? And you need to
Yes,
be
yes,
technical
that
strong in this field. Yes.
you're
So
right.
we are having the references also. We have different team also for the job kind of helps. So don't worry about that. In that we can help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
just adding on to it. I hope I'm audible now, right?
Yes. Yes, sir. You are audible.
So I've just fixed it out. So I think Shreya asked that question. Shreya, yes. I think Jasprit sir has already answered that question. But at the same time, what I would say that yes, your experience might be counted in, but it depends upon the interview which we'll be giving upon and the practice you have already done. Or so just like I explained earlier, we'll be covering all the real-time scenarios, and they are asking the real-time scenarios now. So if you are having a job with a responsibility, then you should be aware of these things. So we'll be sharing our experiences, which we come across daily in our day-to-day job.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, can I ask question?
Sure, Irab.
Yeah, actually, my profile is VoIP, voice over IP. I work on
Voice over IP,
Avaya,
yeah.
Cisco, and now I am working on Genesis as well. And now I am interested in security, but I don't have any experience in security actually. Means I never touched the networking and security part. So how come I can join this course? Means is it relevant to my profile? Means it will help me to enhance my security knowledge, or I need to start from the beginning, from the outset of the secure, like CCNA security or something.
Right, Reb. So I've just told you are working on voice over IP, belongs to networks, right? So you would be having the networks fundamentals cleared already.
CCNA
I think
fundamental I
that,
have.
yeah. So if we correlate it with the secure network security, it's the fundamentals are already clear. And since Jasprit already answered for this question, yes, it will be relevant for you since the boom is in the security and everybody is looking out for switching from networks to. Okay, I'll share my experience since I'll be doing it throughout the course. I started with networks, and as I came to know, okay, the security is the future. At that time, I decided I should move out from the networks, but networks remains the fundamentals even if you are in network security and then the SOC. What I feel like people are good with the threat huntings, with people are good with the L1s, L2, L3 parts, or with the network security. But as a network security guy, you if you're not, you'll be working on the P1s and you'll be working with the network team. Since you're working in the voice over IP, whenever there is an issue in your organization, I'm sure that you will be the first team to be pulled upon into the that call in the P1 call, and
Yeah, I'm the one
you
actually. Actually, I'm handling 5,000 user alone.
right, right. So whenever there is a issue, you would have been getting the call, irrespective of day or night, or your team would be helping out on those scenarios. So you would be dealing out with the network security guys. They also have to check if there is something lagging from their side, the link at their end, or any policies restricting the traffic, the Teams traffic if you are using the Teams or Zoom you're using Zoom. So yes, the GREs, you might be familiar about the IPsec, you might already be familiar about split tunneling. So these all comes into the picture. We'll be covering this Palo Alto course. The split tunneling will, with respect to Global Protect or the IPsec VPNs, how they configure. You would be configuring already if, since you're working in networks, right? If you have to extend the communication to any another site, and the users have to communicate, so you'll be routing those to your site, the main data center. So this is how, so as I said, the every organization architecture varies. So yes, you'll be getting a huge help from this particular course, and it's a And again, it depends upon your learning. So I think it would be easy for you with respect to the others who are from different domains, but it does not mean that they cannot do it. So right, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, I got it. I think somehow I have to gain the knowledge of security by at least CCNP level as well.
I
Hello.
guess you can, yeah. So I guess you can do CCNP, but if what we'll be doing in this course is covering the SOC L1 part, where you'll be seeing that we're covering all the basic of security, the CIA, triage, the cyber kill chain, the MITRE tactics. So we'll be covering all these in our L1, L2, L3 part, and also the various components which we have, like the databases, Office 365 cloud solutions, CASB part, the proxies, everything which will be covered in the SOC part. And moving on, we'll be covering the PCNSA certification topics, or I would say that it will get expired on 31st of July. We'll be having another certification with the same material or the topics. But the goal is here is uh, not to clear any certification, not to clear to get any job, but the end goal is that, but we won't focus on that one. We'll be focusing on getting the feel of the things, right? How it is done, and the letter is the byproduct. Will be the byproduct of those things, right? If we focus on the end result at the starting, I think from my side, I think we should focus on the process, and the results will come for sure.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, sir. If you can share some, screen and show like what kind of, things we can, cover here, or related to the course, we can teach some basics.
Sure. I'll
Yeah,
just open my slide.
yes, please. And Vipul has some question. Yes, Vipul, you can ask, please.
Hello.
Yes, continue, please.
Yes, Kunal sir. Myself Vipul. I am doing job in Reliance Jio as a L1 network backhaul engineer. I have done my CCNA before 10 years ago. So how it's this course helpful to me? Because I have some knowledge about CCNA, but not all knowledge because of 10 years before I have cleared my CCNA.
In this case,
So, right.
yes,
Please.
yeah, please, sir, Imran, sir, you can speak.
Sure. So I think Vipul asked that question, right?
Yes, sir.
So Vipul, as I answered, right? There is no age, nothing which they are considering for the hiring processes. Since you have an experience, you can showcase your network experience into security. So once we start this course, we'll correlate with the networks, right? And you'll see that okay, so you have this the fundamentals. Anybody who is from the networking background and looking to get into network security, I think the answer remains the same. It will be easy for you, right? With respect to the other guys who are not who have not never worked in the networking domain. So irrespective, you have cleared the CCNA 10 years ago. It does not matter.
But sir, I have one question. As you said, it's not matter. What about that non-IT person like me? I was working before in a restaurant. I changed my line last 2 year only.
Right. So yes, it does not matter, right? So if you don't have an experience from an organization, you will be considered as a fresher, right? If you have already experience working in a networking background, what we can do, we can assist you with modifying your resumes, right? In a way that you can showcase that along with the networking, you were doing the security part, but with the knowledge you'll gain, the real-time scenarios you can showcase to them when they ask that, yes, then they will be very sure that you were working for this from the security part as well. So they are hand in hand, networks and network security.
But I'm facing, sir, I'm not getting job because of non-IT background. I was working like 12 or 13 year in a restaurant.
Okay,
So
so
same issue. if I'll join this also, maybe I will face same issue because my background is BCom and I was working in a restaurant. Now I'm trying to do MCA from IGNOU so I can get some boost. I'm facing this issue only.
So I have seen guys working, having a degree from as a BA, right? And they are doing very good in security background. It is just how you showcase your resume to them, and at the same time, if you can deliver the knowledge during the time of interview,
Yes,
that is what
matter.
only matters.
Yes, skills matter. Basically, what kind of level you have maintained your skill, right?
But you know, sir, actually now Airtel also not taking interview without technical degree. Even the big four MNCs company are not taking.
Can I,
Mm,
can, can I reply of this?
yeah, yeah.
Actually, what you are saying, maybe MNCs are looking for the degree or NIT, IIT degree, but nowadays, skill is matters only. Even I have seen in my current office, there is a guy, even he is 10 pass or 12 pass only, and he's working as a senior network engineer because he is good in networking. He has learned CCNA, CCNP, and everything. He has done the certification, and they ask only for this. So, if you are really interested to start your career as a technical guy, forget of the MNCs. Join the companies who are really, I mean, they need you. That is,
Correct. Enterprise base level, you can
yeah.
companies.
No, sir,
Yes.
right now I'm working in a company as a security engineer from last 1 year. I'm taking care almost 23 or 26 devices, firewall, uh, entirely network of a company, single person. So, but I'm talking about before I was working in Airtel, but now I want to give interview in Airtel, na? They are not taking because without technical background degree, without technical degree.
So I'll answer this question since I'm the part of the interview panel in my firm. I have been taking out interviews from like last maybe 8 years now. What we see is, yes, you're right. There may be companies who are not willing to take up anyone who is not having the technical degree, but it is not true at all. And I'm telling you with my experience, I've seen people doing course from IGNU or as I said, like I have seen a guy who is working as an associate director and having a BA degree, right? There may be companies who are not picking up, but it's not like all the companies not picking up, right? I've seen people working for HCL's, IBM. Uh, so I would say you are not 100% wrong, but yes, I have seen that in my scenarios. I have seen. Oh, if you are saying that big fours are not acknowledging that, I am not sure why they are not doing it for you, but I have seen that happening.
No, it was happening. I
And
also understand. I also agree, sir. It was happening. I joined last year Airtel with same degree. But now if I want to give interview, they're not taking my. And second thing, one more question I just want to ask. What is this?
so,
There is
Jatin, if
any,
you have
yeah,
this
yeah,
issue,
yes,
so
sir.
please,
There
yeah,
is,
yeah,
there is
please.
any, uh, for job related, there is any age factor also?
No, there
Like
is
if
no age factor,
no
right?
age factor.
So what
Okay.
we'll be doing here is SOC L1, L2, L3. So we have to concentrate, we have to help you with your resumes, we have to deliver the knowledge, and we have to make you successful in achieving your end goals. So we won't advise you that you go for an L1 then, right? If your experience is matches the L2 or L3 type of role, then we'll provide the knowledge, and if you learn those things, right, if you gain those things, you can go and represent yourself as L3, right? You don't have to do it for L1.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
I got it.
Yes, Imran sir, if we can, start a basic one, or that would be great for everyone, right?
Right. So I think that most of the concern is related to either switching to the security domain, how they can do it, or if anyone is working in the network security, if they want how they can move it to the SOC domain, right? To the L2, L3 jobs. So I'll
Mm,
just start with the SOC analyst training program which we are having. Allow me a couple of minutes more. I'll just share my screen.
yes. Don't worry, guys. If you have any question, we'll take end of the session and we'll clear that. Okay. So bear with us.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So, like, career counselor will going to answer all the queries. You can focus on the content itself. Thank you, sir.
I'll just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Can anybody please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, yes, visible.
Right. Thanks, people. So, starting with any doubts you have, as told earlier, we'll be taking out all your doubts and clearing them out post. So let's start with SOC Analyst training program, which we are offering, right? So coming up, what is a SOC Analyst course for? Like we have already covered who can do this thing: freshers, graduates, IT professionals who are trying to switch to the SOC role, system administrators, even the network engineers or network security guys as well, right? Uh, so SOC L1, what is the role of SOC L1? If anyone can tell, right? So I'll tell you like what SOC L1 is. They are the eyes on the screen. So there is a SIM platform, or if I would say any alerting platform, mostly the SIM is used. SIM is a security information event management tool where we have the correlations of the use cases, where we inject the logs from various devices which are there in the environment. Suppose we have proxies, so we are ingesting the log from the proxies, firewalls, next generation firewalls I'm talking about. We have Office 365 SaaS solutions, we have databases, we have Windows servers, Linux servers, everything we are ingesting in our SIM. So the L1 team, L1 guys, they are the eyes on the screen. They look out for any alert which is coming in and they have to prioritize them based on the criticality. So what they are looking at is they if we talk about SOC L1, it seems like it's a low level job, but it is not. It's the most important job. But at the same time, when they face any issues, right, they have to escalate that matter to their L2s. This is where L2s comes into picture. When there is a potentially true positive incident, right? And that could become a security incident where the incident response has to be activated. So this is how the SOC L1, L2 guys work. And then we have a SOC L3, right? So that is as a team lead role, who is managing the SOC level 2 and level 1 analysts, and who is also coordinating with the customer on daily basis and making the uh, bringing up the new things, right? And just continuous improvement part is looking into, and also when the matter get escalated, he's working as a senior incident responder role as well. So these all topics, when we cover SOC, it is not a small topic. I would say it's a big topic which we'll be covering upon during this session, during the course. So just giving the overview of it, it's not like 2 3 sessions jobs, because what we are looking at is to get you a job, to get you a role in a company, and you can make an impact to that particular industry which they are looking for from you. And then only they'll hire you. If they see something in you, you can protect their environment, they'll hire you. So threat intelligence analyst, so we have threat intels coming in for the recent attacks. So I would like to share one uh, scenario which we were working on today. So it was related to, I think, 20-year-old vulnerability, right? It was exploited and a train was hacked. So train brakes were not working. So CISA, it's a big organization. They have issued a critical advisory warning about this particular vulnerability. The CVE is 2025-1727. So it 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 was exploited by the threat actor, and they were not enabling that train to stop. So these all things these will be covering on into the SOC course, and so how we can stop them, how we can take the preventive measures, we can take the corrective measures, detective measures, deterrence, how these things comes into play as a part of cybersecurity. That all things which will be covering upon. And what type of cyber threats are there with respect to phishing, or we talk about the OWASP, right? OWASP top 10. Anybody who is familiar about OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities? Okay, so I think we have many guys who are already working in the network security. So can you guys tell me what authentication mechanism you're using? Are you using LDAP? I think Rahul was from network security, right? Maybe Rahul cannot hear me right now. So I'll move on. I'll tell you like how it happens. Uh, so we have like broken access control. So suppose you are already having the the access control. Okay, suppose it's Imran who can only log in, right? But what if that particular mechanism gets compromised, right? So when there is an issue with the access control enforcement, which allow a user to perform any function out of their limit. So we prefer building or implementing the accesses based on the roles. Suppose if you're talking about L1, L2, L3 roles, right? So L1s will be having a different roles, or I would say the accesses to that particular system. The L2s will be having a different. So since many of us are working in the network domain, so they will be having access to the router. The global administrator rights they might be having, but if any freshers joins their team, they would be giving only the read access. But what if that mechanism gets compromised? How we can stop it, right? What is our compensatory control to it? That is all we'll be covering during this course. These all things, right? So SOC analysts, these are the front line of cybersecurity. As I told, they are the guys who are watching the screen. They detect the alerts, they prioritize it, they analyze it, and this is what we will be covering throughout this course, covering the real world security scenarios, the SIM tools. What do we have? How the threat hunting. So generally, what I see is during the interviews, people say we do threat hunting. When I ask them what do they do, do they do? They say that we hunt the IOCs. IOCs are indicator of compromises with reference to IPs or hashes or the domains. They just search it and they say we do threat hunting. No, that is not threat hunting. We do a hypothesis based threat hunting, right? uh, the APT groups, which are already there in the wild, exploiting the vulnerabilities, attacking the organizations. What is the pattern they are following? What files they are doing? They are using to trick the users using the phishing emails. So these all factors which we will be considering all the real time with the real time examples with the attack scenario. How does it happen? So whenever you go to the interviewer asks you the question, right? Okay, what attacks you have worked upon? If you have 10 attacks in your mind, right? How do they work from the basics? uh, okay, then if you present that to that interviewer, I'm sure that he'll be impressed by those things. So that's the way to get into cybersecurity. You have to tell them that you know security. You will be helpful to them. So during this course, since we'll be doing the live classes, the hands-on labs with real-time scenarios, the certification if you're looking for CEH or you're looking for CompTIA Security Plus, CISA Plus, will be helping you with that. And the mock interviews, the most important part but still, it will come at the later stage. Uh, Again, as conveyed earlier, dedicated job assistance support is also there. Yeah. From a beginner level, when we are talking about the SOC L1s, since it is beginning, but it does not mean that it lacks in the knowledge, or they have a little responsibility than L2s and L3s. No, it is not. But as if you want to enter into cyber security and you don't have a prior experience working with the networking or cybersecurity or any other vulnerability detection and response, or from the CASB side or cloud security, I think this is your point to start with SOC L1, right? If you have to learn network security, then also I would say this is the part. One one who is having a knowledge of network security, but if he is not having the knowledge of core security, which is the part of this particular curriculum, then I think there is a problem, because you might be knowing what is DHCP, what is NAT, how routing switching works. But if I say what is Linux, what is Windows OS overview, if I say what processes runs from which directory, is it legitimate, what are lol bins, right? So I'm sure that many of the network security guys won't be able to answer these questions, right, during the interview. Uh, what are processes, legitimate processes, what are not the legitimate processes? So lol bins are living off the land binary. Uh, what the attackers are doing is they are following a tactic which is known as defense evasion tactic. They use the normal processes of the Windows to be evasive, so they don't get detected by the EDRs or the XDR solutions, and they can perform whatever they want, right? There are critical alerts, right? Critical. So I'll tell you what is the difference between any event and an incident. Anyone who want to take this question? Okay. So event is anything which is happening in your environment, right? That's an event. But when that event has a correlation with the other events, and you see that, okay, this is unusual, right? That becomes an potentially true positive incident. What is false positive and true positive? False positive is wrongly identified. So when I said that the L1s are the eyes on their screen, so what are they watching? They are watching a SIM console where they will be getting all the alerts, right? But does every alert means that is an incident? No, they have to first analyze it, and then they can say it's a true positive or a potentially true positive. Then they escalate the matters to their L2s and L3s, where they define, okay, now this is a true positive incident and we should initiate our incident response plan, which have many steps what should be followed as best industry standards, which they ask in the interview for sure. So as an L1, it's not like you just looking at the screen and you say, okay, this is an alert, I have to refer it to L2. No. So for that, you have to analyze it. So for analyzing, one must have a clear understanding about the network fundamentals, the OSI model, all the layers, the protocols, the ports, IP addressing, and some of the networking part as well, routing and switching. It's not like in the core, as the CCNA guys or the one who are working in the with the voice over IPs or data networks. And so, but the basics of that, you must know that switching happens at layer 2, but yes, we have layer 3 switching as well, where we can do the routing. So routing is happening on layer 3s. Which devices works on these layers as per the OSI layer model. So these are all things we'll be covering with the L1 curriculum, and at the same time we'll be covering the basics of the operating systems. What is cybersecurity? What is CIA? I think I might need to update this slide. We have 5 pillars now. So CIA is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Earlier it was the it is called as a CIA triad, because these were the 3 pillars of the security. But recently there have been addition of 2 more pillars, which is non-repudiation and authenticity. So all these things are necessary. What we are protecting, it's the CIA triad, right? So for any company, there might be chance that for them it's the confidentiality, which is the important thing. They will be focusing on confidentiality. So confidentiality means, like, since we keep our money in our lockers, right? We don't want to show it to anybody, right? So that's the confidentiality which we are maintaining, and that is being achieved using the encryption, which I would say, when the data is at rest or the data is in transit, we use confidentiality to protect our data so that nobody gets hold of our data, nobody can see it. Right? Whereas the integrity means nobody unauthorized changes the data. Right? We have a data, we provide the controls. Suppose like there are three guys in one team, and we provide only the senior one who can change the data. So these are maintained by, we can say, if a file is there, we can do it by using the hashes. So suppose there is a file with 200 pages, and and we have taken out a hash value out of it using one algorithm, suppose SHA-256. Uh, if any other guy goes and change out that document with a single adding one alphabet or a single dot to it, right, a decimal, it will change the complete hash of that file. That is what integrity comes into play. So we have the documents; they are hashed, protected. When you check the document again, if you want to see if anybody has modified it, you check the hash of that same file again, match the earlier hash with the new one. If you see there's no change, it means integrity is maintained. If there is a change in the hash, I think integrity is reached in that time. So it's a quite an overview which I am providing you with these things. It might sound, again, I'll say it might sound a gibberish to the ones who are not there in the security as of now. But I think with the course which will proceed with, you will find this related with the real time examples which I'll be giving upon. All right. So they'll be looking, the L1 guys must have these knowledge, like how firewall works, a basic knowledge, how the proxy work, how proxy logs look like, what is VPN, IPsec VPN, remote VPN, so side to side VPNs, and how does they work, and the basics of the Palo Alto firewalls, the app IDs, user IDs, the zones, how does they happen. So usually during with routing we call it as the interfaces, but if we're talking about the Palo Alto firewall, they have a name given as zones to those interfaces. Same at the, since they have to work on the tools, we'll be giving out an overview and the hands-on for the tools like Splunk, QRadar, ELK stacks, and the log sources and their log formats, how they are getting ingested into the same. Real-time monitoring, how does it happen, and how does the rule correlation rules works, right? How does SOC workflow, how when they have to escalate it to L2, and the what is the incident life cycle, and all these stuff will be coming upon. Since this might not sound somebody like, okay, why is this important to security? But the processes are as much as important to security, just like your knowledge or the tools which we are working upon. So anybody who has worked on change management process? So guys, I just want you to be interactive as you were there in the starting of the call. If anybody who's worked on change management process, I'm sure that you might have worked upon the same.
Yes, anyone? I don't think so. So
Okay, so what happens is whenever, okay, suppose you are working as a network security guy,
Your voice is
and
breaking. Could you please come again?
hi, so is my voice breaking now?
Yeah, now it's visible. Now it's proper. Like you said something like, can you come again?
Oh, sorry. So you were saying something, Manju?
I mean, like you asked something, right? What was that question I'm asking?
Yeah, that was change management. How change management works.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so I'll tell you guys with a real time scenario. So these are the questions which will come up when you are giving the interviews for the PCNSE certification, right? Now, so not the certification, only the certification. If they're calling the processes in that, also during the interviews when we are going to crack the network security interview. So they'll ask you what is change management process? What type of change management process you follow in your organization? So what answer you can give them is, so whenever there is a change request coming out from any support team or a business team, they want to enable the connectivity. They feed in their request to any of the tool, or suppose ServiceNow. They request the change using ServiceNow. It comes to the pool where we have a CAB, which is a change advisory board call. And in that change advisory board, particular change is get evaluated by all the stakeholders. And with the stakeholders, I refer to the business leaders or the security leaders, the information security guys. So they take the decision if to allow that change or not to allow that change, and find a way out to achieve that connectivity securely. So this is so at the same time, as a network security guy, you have to pitch in and tell them, okay, this is not secure, right? They might ask you the question, what security risk it might bring. So if you're not sure about all these topics, right? It's not limited to these topics. Will be coming more out of it. But if you're not sure about the security, how you can achieve it, and you enable that particular policy, then boom, your environment is as a bait to the threat actors to be breached, right? So that is what change management process brings up. They don't allow the change which is not having a security, and our environment is at risk with respect to confidentiality, integrity, and availability, and plus to the authenticity and the non-repudiation. But these are the three main things which we are protecting still, right? The CIA tried, so it might breach. So if suppose you're working for Amazon, and so main thing out of confidentiality, integrity, and availability is the availability. If your site goes down, nobody is able to reach your site and order, so you are losing the business, right? So business, I mean, they'll when there is a P1 because of the firewall or the load balancers or any of the networks, or network is down, anything, so the connectivity is affected. And if connectivity is affected, authenticated users are not able to reach to the destination where they are trying to reach. So in this case, the Amazon website. So availability, we are considering the most important part and with respect to this particular scenario. But there would be a scenario where the confidentiality would be more important, as in banks. So this will come to know when we start and cover all the basics, right? With the real-time scenarios. So why I'm focusing on real-time scenarios, because when you're going into the interview, okay, they might ask you 2-3 questions from these things, right? But these are not limited. They can ask you anything. You are a SOC analyst, they can ask you about the CyberArk PAM solution. How does the PAM solution works? What security alerts could trigger using the CyberArk logs? Then you should be ready to answer them those questions. So just an overview I'm giving. These are not limited to these things. So once L1 are sure, right, they are very much confident that this is a potentially true positive incident, they escalate it to L2 analyst. So what L2 analysts should have in their bucket as a part of their knowledge. These IOCs, right? So these IOCs can be long-term, short-term, or very short-term, right? So just like we have written strategic, tactical, and operational. So these are the threat intelligence which comes into play. How OSINT works, right? Some people just, okay, so what OSINTs are mentioned as virus total abuse, IPDP, or semantic overview. So what analyst does is, nowadays I've seen who are still struggling working in the cybersecurity, they are not becoming the L2s, they are not able to switch. Why? The reason is they are just focusing on the IOCs, but security has gone up now. So if I would say 10 years ago you are doing a job like this, somebody would say wow. But now, if you're not doing the hypothesis driven threat hunting, if you're not doing the MITRE attacks framework basics, or not correlating your use cases with these attacks frameworks, I think then your chances of getting selected are very bleak. So you won't be getting selected with this only with the IOCs type of threat hunting or the analysis, because you just have to take the IP and search it over virus total. It will give you the reputation. But what will happen? Nothing.
Sorry
You'll
for
just go and block it.
interrupting.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hello, sir. I
Yeah. Hi,
wanted to
Deepika.
know that. Yeah, hi, sir. Sir, I wanted to know that will you be teaching all of this from basics? Because, like, I am a beginner and I do not have any prior knowledge about this. I have just the basics of networking knowledge, but I want to enter cybersecurity. So, will this course cover all basics?
Absolutely. We here, as I said earlier, we don't believe in delivering what we know, right? We want you to understand from the roots of it. What we want is you guys to have the feel of it, what we are trying to deliver, right? So that is why we are focusing on the real-time scenario. So if we say, okay, when I'm saying a real-time scenario, I won't be breaching out some environment for you and fixing it in front of you. What I'll be giving is I'll be showcasing you, okay, this is a hypothesis which I have seen in the real world happening. So covering with the network, so basic your part. So when we say that we'll be covering the network fundamentals, so you don't have to be ready with all the networking, right? You just have, okay, these are not the only points which we'll be covering at the basics. There may be some more points, right? And there might be some points which are covering during our analysis, and then we'll be covering those points as well. So so it will be from the basics for you to learn, right? Anybody who is knowledgeable can gain more out of it. So that is our goal, is to achieve the goal, right? So covering from the SOC L1 part to L3 part, so this will need the efforts from your end as well. So it's not like when I'll be delivering the session or we'll be delivering the session, uh, so you guys will get this thing in one day, right? You will get an overview, you will get the things, but if you won't revise it, you won't see it, right? And you won't go through it, what has been done in the last class, then there is a chance that you won't be able to do it. But if you're doing it, then I'm very much sure, right? I'm 99.9% sure that you will gonna make it.
Okay, sir, thank you. And also, I wanted to know that will we get some notes with this, and how long will be this course approximately?
So I think, but if you can answer this question.
Yes, Deepika, this depends on your selection of the courses. If you are taking the full bundle, SOC Analyst and the Palo Alto, that will take somewhere around 4 to 5 months. Okay. So we are teaching from the scratch. We don't want you to learn from the overview. So we'll help you from the real-time scenarios as well.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, sir, please continue.
Right. So I think we were at L2. So here, when L1s transfer their case to L2s, right? So they have to analyze, they have to do a log analysis as well to confirm that if that is a true positive incident or not. So what they'll do is they will be doing the analysis also, but at the same time, they will be doing it from the advanced level. They won't be doing as the L1, okay, he has checked all the parameters, what was there in the payload and all the things. I think guys, we are okay. I would request you not to put in the lines here. I'll take the questions separately if you have any. Yeah. So getting back to it, if I say the L2 parts, they are doing the threat huntings also, and they are working on they are proposing the use cases to the SIM engineering team, where they see that there is a lag. They propose that, they discuss the issues with the clients on daily basis. They what they do is they do advanced threat hunting, the threat detections and the use cases, the endpoints and the EDRs they are doing the analysis upon. They are doing the forensics from the memory, disk triage, timeline analysis, and they are part of incident response as well. Once they confirm that it's a true positive, which was right, which is so true positive is rightly identified. So these all things. So we have false negative, false positive, true negative, true positive. All these things. What are these things? As I said, like might sound from the something from the another planet, but it is not that much difficult since you have not been part of the SOC. So it might sound you unusual, but it will eventually become. You will knowing this by heart once we get through these courses. So as L2s or the L3s, there is vulnerability management as well. So what is CVE? What is CVSS? What are VMDR tools? What are patches? Why do we need patches? What are zero-day attacks? What are zero-day awarenesses? So, and from the basics of the cloud security as well, the Office 365, the AWS. So when I say that the log sources means all the source data sources which we have in our environment. Suppose the DNS, the DSCP, Office 365, AWS, GCP servers, hosting services, Route 53 services, which is authoritative name server services of AWS, the MFAs, the access controls which we are having, the CyberArks, or depends upon the organizations which we are having, the databases, the most critical thing to be protected in the environment. So one should have the knowledge about the basic knowledge about all these components before they can go in and tell them that okay, I'm good to go with the job as L1 or L2 or maybe L3. So this is what they will be doing. They works with the SIM detection engineering team for the rule creation and the tuning, the dashboard creation, the alert management, right? The EDR tools like CrowdStrike, Sentinel-1, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So we'll be covering the case studies as well with the real-time scenarios. Here, the steps are mentioned for the incident response plan. Once a true positive incident has been detected, so what we have to do next? That is the most priority. So I just wanted to share, like, if there is a true positive incident, right? How would you respond to it? Because that's the time of panic, and many people who are not having the knowledge about it or never been a part of an incident response plan, they might panic, right? Because something is at the stake. There could be attack related to malware, phishing, ransomware, DDoS attack happening, which is exploiting the availability of your application, right? No, the customers are not able to reach. Now they would want you to fix, right? So the real-time use cases, what analysts do every day, deep diving into the alerts, uh, the logs. These all things will be covering upon. Recently, there has been vulnerability related to Google Chrome, right? I think I was seeing this today only, cybersecurity news. So we'll tell you how you can keep yourself updated with the recent security threats, because these are the questions which are coming during the interviews. How do you keep yourself up with the latest security threats? And with the security L3 role, where you will be playing a team lead role, you will working with the SOAR platforms, you will be doing the digital forensics, and with respect to the other tools, you will be if you'll be doing the Palo Alto firewall course along with it, so then you will be having the knowledge. So what I'll so since I'll be sharing my personal experiences with you during the course, one more experience I would like to share. So the more domains you have in your resume and the knowledge you have about, the chances of you getting selected and getting a higher pay gets increases. So if you're having SOC L1 knowledge, okay, fine, you can get the job, but the pay might not be higher. If you have SOC L1, L2, same. So the package might get higher than this. But if you have multiple security domain CV, right? If I say you have a vulnerability detection and response in it, and you have the SOC L3 level in it, the threat hunting part is covered in it, and if you showcase that you have a network security experience as well, boom, your chances are very much higher than anybody there to get selected, right? And as a L3 guy, you will be taking part from your team against the red team, since you will be part of the blue team. So blue team is the defender and the red team is the attacker, right? They are the offensive team. They try to breach your environment. They are not the attackers, right? They are also in the contract with the customer that they find out the vulnerability, they breach that, they inform the customer that they have breached this, and if blue team is not able to detect it or prevent it, right, then blue team is in the question from the customer end, right? They have to give the justification why they were lacking with their detection, why they have not advised the preventive controls for it. Suppose from the firewall point of view, if I'm saying, if you have a policy allowing any traffic from the internet towards your internal servers, that's an inbound policy. I hope the network security guys would relate this with me. So if you have an inbound policy coming out from the all internet towards your internal servers and you have allowed SSH, it's a lag. Anybody can take the session from outside, and what they have to do just is just do a brute forcing. So what brute forcing is, it's like trying with multiple passwords combinations, and just once that combination fits in, boom, your server is gone. They have the access to your servers now. So as a whole, if I would say, you will getting the overview of the environment and how you can protect the environment, how you can place the rules for the detection mechanism of your SIM, how you can propose it, how you can respond to any incident which is already there, how can you guide the users, or a user awareness training you can provide when so these all parts you'll be doing when you get the job in the security or cybersecurity. But what you have to showcase to the interview, that you are already aware about these things. If you are applying for the higher roles, if you are applying for a SOC L1 role, then I think that will also benefit you, because you can showcase that you are already working as L1, or you're doing some part of security in your environment. Right? So I think that we are covered with the SOC slide. If anybody has any questions, please let me know.
Yes, last 10 minutes we can dedicate to the question answer. Guys, please ask if you have any doubts. Anyone?
Sir, what will be the charges for this course?
For that, you can connect with the counseling team. Okay, they will guide you for everything.
And
Okay.
for how many days or how many months?
Yeah, that
Duration for
also
this course?
they will share all information. Okay,
Okay.
duration, fee details, live training, labs, EMI option, everything they will discuss. Anyone else like Kapil, Krishna, Larai, Manju, Shadab, Niranjan? Anyone?
And this is for 3 day session, sir? Tomorrow also?
Yes. Yes,
And day
correct.
after tomorrow. Thank you, sir.
Correct, correct. Anyone else who is having the question, please? Abdul Munir, Saurabh, Campo, Vipul. Okay, no issues. So Imran sir, we can connect by tomorrow 9 p.m. and we can, share some fundamental knowledge with them. Okay. We'll not focus on the like course overview tomorrow. Okay.
So we can continue with the Palo Alto and the cyber threats, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
Palo
yes.
Alto will be covering as I will just give you overview, since we have like a few minutes left, and so it's a next generation firewall. Means it is not working on layer 3; it is working on layer 7. So it might sound unusual to the ones who are not familiar to OSI layer model. So since it has the application layer control, the threat intelligence integrated, so they are having their sandboxing solution Wildfire as well. So what are the zero trust capabilities it comes along? Knowing about Palo Alto will give you of course, it will give you the edge in the interviews and the job roles. So yeah, we'll be covering out these scenarios and the components which Palo Alto comes with one architecture, how it fits in the environment, what is a DMZ zone, what is internal secure zone, and what is unsecure, the internet zone. So we'll covering all these parts tomorrow, right? That's it from my side.
Okay, sir. Let's sum up the session today if no one has the question for today class. Tomorrow, guys, we can meet up around 9 p.m. and we can start with the Palo Alto and the SOC analyst. First 45 minutes will cover the SOC, or second half will cover the Palo Alto. So let's meet tomorrow, guys. Okay. Thank you for the time, guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Imran sir. Thank you, Imran sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Imran,
you,
Good
sir.
sir.
night. Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Imran sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.